Go.
Hey, Donnie Walker here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of Fort Langley. Fort Langley here is like one of the first fur trading posts or trading forts in BC, actually, and it was. Aiming that properly? Built in 1827, Fort Langley was the Hudson's Bay Company fur trading post, located on the banks of the Fraser River. It was once part of the British trade route for the center of a large population of Aboriginal people. Fort Langley attracted Aboriginal people who traded furs and fish for blankets and other goods. To strengthen its position, the Hudson's Bay Company encouraged its men to marry Aboriginal women. These alliances allowed the HBS access to Aboriginal trade networks, and the fort prospered. They also gave Aboriginal families priority access to the Europeans' resources for sale at the fort. HBC Governor George Simpson had a problem. He wanted furs from coastal Aboriginal people, but so did the Americans. The convenience of a permanent trading post, Fort Langley, or a roving one, the SS Beaver. Now, the SS Beaver was the first ship they brought here from England, and they actually adapted a paddle wheel to it and a great big motor, and it'd go up and down the coast here and pick up furs from different trading posts. Yeah, the SS Beaver was the first ship here doing that to the trading posts. Very cool. They wanted the best deal, so Simpson's solution was to ride the price down. So the HBC lost money, but they won the trade. While the HBC was looking for furs, Kwantlen people had other business ideas. Chief Watakamam pressed the company traders to accept salmon and cranberries. Soon salted salmon was shipped to Hawaii and the cranberries to California. Cranberries, they also ate a lot of them here for a lot of the sailors that came that had scurvy and had a lot of vitamin C in it. So it was get rid of their scurvy, basically. They didn't have vitamin C package like we have now, like Life brand and stuff, right? In 1946, the border with the United States was settled. Now there was a line drawn. The HBC needed to keep their trades goods in British territory, north of the border. Fort Langley was ideally positioned as the link between the interior posts and the Pacific Ocean post, and ultimately Britain. Soon fur brigades were coming and going, delivering furs to Fort Langley and leaving with trade goods and provisions for the remote posts. Gold. 1958, the gold rush came. 30,000 miners came here. 30,000 came to this little community and started the gold rush.
1958?
Fear of the American, 1858.
It's more like
1858, the gold rush. 30,000 miners came here. Fearful of the Americans taking over the resource-rich region, the British government quickly made a move. Right here on November 19th, 1958, the newly sworn-in Governor James Douglas proclaimed the colony of British Columbia. 8 years later, in 1866, 100 years before I was born, by the way, the colony of British Columbia emerged. The colony of Vancouver Island, with Victoria as the capital. Then in 1871, British Columbia became a province of Canada. 1923, they made this site as an historical site for Canada. So this place here, Fort Langley, everyone, was the first trading post with the Aboriginals. We traded furs, axes. Down the way here, you'd get 2 axes for a canoe full of cranberries, and what was it? 2 blankets for 5 beavers, honey?
Yep.
Pretty cool place.
Salmons.
This place
5
here,
salmons.
Fort Langley, like I just said, was original. Kelly's just showing the big house there right now. That's where the bosses stayed. They did not have a restaurant or cookhouse in there in case something caught on fire and the place was burned down. So they had a cookhouse outside. Down below there is where you see the barrels. That's where they made the barrels. They would pack them with cranberries, dried fish, and furs, and send them to Europe and in the U.S. That building down there, the white one, was the stores building where the people would come in and trade for goods, for axes, blankets, rope, all sorts of stuff. Very cool here. There were some ladies in the room over there making up some yarn wool. Weaving some yarn wool. Pretty cool place. So there you go, man. Donnie Walker's History of BC. This was the first place the settlers from Europe came here and produced our fine land here. The Aboriginals got a bit of a takeover of the area, which wasn't very nice, but that's all getting dealt with these days with the government. Anyways, keep your saw on the wood, stick your Nash, rubbing it out. Come and check these things out with your families and check out your history around your areas. I like checking this stuff out, so it was kind of cool that we came here and we're just camping on this little island right on the Fraser River here. It's very cool, except for these trains run all night. 7 trains last night blowing their horns crossing the tracks. It was a little upsetting, but anyways, whatever. Have a great day, have a great weekend. It's Donnie Walker's vacation. I got a lot more to talk about. I'll talk about that when I get home in my underground saw shop. Have a great day, bye.